Right, we can't have that. Okay, so when did you, and what brought you to the UK? What made you think it was a place you wanted to come to?
Well, originally, my daughter was in uni here. She got here in 2018, 2017,
Right.
and just during her first year, she attended New Unity. And when I came to visit, I visited, that was my first time here.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So do you come from a Unitarian family that your daughter was interested?
So in the United States, the Unitarians merged with a similar denomination called the Universalists.
Yeah.
So yes, I have been a Unitarian Universalist there for about 30 years.
Oh, right.
And then during the pandemic began attending Unitarian Church and now sort of affiliate as Unitarian.
Right. And did you grow up with a religious upbringing?
I was raised Jewish. We were not, my family was not actively practicing most of the time. I was bar mitzvahed, and I attended synagogue from time to time. So I did grow up with a Jewish experience, but also in a context that allowed me to question and do my own thinking about faith.
And did you get any kind of sadness, disapproval from your family about this?
No, not at all. Okay. No.
Good. I'm very glad. So you came, so how long have you been here and where have you been living?
So 2 years ago, I began a ministerial placement, an internship at Roslyn Hill Chapel, which for those who don't know, it's the probably next closest Unitarian congregation to New Unity.
Yep.
So I've actually been there about half time.
Okay.
3 months, close to 3 months, then home, back in the States for 3 months.
Oh, right.
Back and forth.
Exhausting.
Yes. And when I'm here, I am housed with some congregants.
Oh, are you?
A couple who I've become quite close to.
Oh, well, that's
over
very
the
nice.
time. Yes.
Well, and is there, I mean, where are you living in London? Is there a bit of London you particularly like?
It is, so it is in Southend Green.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of right in between Hampstead and Gospel Oak.
Right.
Kind of right on the heath. So I run on the heath and enjoy being over there.
That's very nice. So you're one of those teams of people who roar towards one and was walking quietly on the heath, eh?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, and has your interest in Unitarianism always been a sort of fixed thing, or has it changed a lot? Have you? Because what drew you to Unitarianism in the first place, and where has it led you to now?
I think the thing that first drew me really was this sense of this lack of creed, the ability to not just develop my own thoughts about faith, but also to be in community with people who maybe don't believe the same thing that I do, which I really find both important and also enriching.
Yeah, well, I would agree entirely. And so what was it that, I mean, I believe that you started contributing to New Unity at some time during the pandemic, when everything was online and you didn't even live here. But what made you want to come and join this community? Because obviously you've been working elsewhere, so why would you want to come here particularly?
Well, actually, first of all, I gave the message here in 2018 when I first came, visited in 2019 when New Unity was at the school, but also before the pandemic was watching the services on the Periscope app. So somebody each week was assigned to take an iPod Touch and screw it to the front pew. And that was the tech. That was before Ender, and so I would often wake up early in the morning and watch services. I think it was the first week that congregations went online during the pandemic that I started. I thought the congregation I was attending hadn't made that decision yet, and I thought I'm going to see what New Unity is doing, and it was filling a very important need at a very obviously critical time in our history.
Can you enlarge on that?
Pardon?
Can you enlarge on that? What was it that was happening that was so appealing to you?
Well, so the first thing is that New Unity went online right away, realized the need, didn't spend time thinking, how are we gonna, how do we do this perfectly? And the community responded. People were online, people were sharing. It was actually the first time that I realized that you can build relationships and community online, which is something that the hybrid service that New Unity does now is possibly the best hybrid service that I've ever seen, and I've been to quite a few.
Really?
Yes.
So what is it that distinguishes it so much?
The ability for people online to interact with each other, but also with the congregation, to do readings. We've a few times had somebody online give a message, to share during joys and sorrows, to be seen by the people in the meeting house, and for people in the meeting house to see them. It really is a very special thing that's happening here.
Well, that's nice to hear. I mean, I'm not such a regular attendee that I know that so thoroughly, but I certainly feel there's something very good that happens here. That's nice. So, all right, I'm going to ask you what I think is a rather light-hearted question. If you could have 3 dinner guests, living or dead, who would they be?
3 dinner guests.
3 people you'd really like to spend your time with.
Yeah. Also, first of all, if they're over for dinner, I hope they're all living. But seriously, actually, one person that I have actually tried to meet, I don't know how many people know the story of Claudette Colvin, but before Rosa Parks was arrested during the Montgomery bus boycott, her a 15-year-old girl in her youth group was arrested about 9 months earlier for doing the same thing. And for various reasons, Rosa Parks was a better face of the boycott and has become very famous. Not many people know who Claudette Colvin is. She is still alive. And I think she should have a much larger legacy. So I would love to have her over for dinner, but I have legitimately tried to meet her in real life, because I think her story is an important one.
And it would be fascinating to hear it, so sure, you can have her, or get her to come.
Maybe Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was a president that I remember when I was young and didn't realize what a really wonderful human being he was at the time, and his presidency has not really had a lot of distinction, but he's done so much since.
It's ironic that someone like Trump can have more global impact, actually, because of all the wrong things, in my view.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got 2 people.
Can we stick to 2?
No, you've got to have a third one.
Oh, no. Well, we're at New Unity. I think I'm going to have to say Mary Wollstonecraft. we talk about her so much. I would love to meet her in person.
Absolutely. Well, can I come too in that case?
You said 3, sorry. Yes, absolutely.
I could sit outside and just listen in.
I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy having people over, so yes, you are welcome.
And how would your friends describe you in 3 words? So this is concise.
Curious, humorous, energetic.
Not bad. I wish I could say the same. Okay, Adam, thank you very much indeed. That's really nice. That's my questions, but have you got something else you'd like to add? Have you got lots of plans for New Unity?
I do. One of the things I really hope is that that the ministry here at New Unity is collaborative. Somebody just yesterday was saying to me that a minister sort of acts from their core, but also retains this sense that the congregation the congregation belongs to the people who attend it, and that is such an important thing. I'm excited to really explore this idea of radical welcome that is so central to New Unity's character. I'm excited about developing partnerships with the community so people can, outside of these walls, can see what a committed congregation we are. And I cannot wait to work with children and families.
Well, that's lovely. And actually, I mean, I hope within that remit, we'll be able to have some fun as well. I mean, I remember one year coming at Christmas with my grandchildren, and they had a band, and I thought that was so lovely, actually, because the kids all just danced around and things, and I thought that's very compatible with what New Unity stands for, in my view.
Well, to the extent that I have influence over it, we will have fun.
Jolly good. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Adam.
Thank you.
Hello. No, this is good. Okay. Thank you very much. Everyone's welcome to stay for a coffee and a biscuit or a cookie if you want, right afterwards in the kitchen. Thank you.